Welcome back to Strange Things from Across the Pond. A little bit of a new direction for the series this time. We're down in the kitchen instead of up in the studio. And we're doing saltfish again. Right, here we go. So, following on from the last episode where we looked entirely at this saltfish here, what we're going to be doing is making a proper, authentic, or as authentic as it can be, filmed in England in the winter, Caribbean dish with this saltfish. I've got 2 packets of it, because I really liked it last time. Found a recipe I like the look of online, and yeah, we're just going to cook it and see how it goes. The recipe I found, this is from BBC Good Food. It's Ackee and Saltfish. By the way, I apologise if I pronounce some of these ingredients wrong. As always, I am a filthy monolingual.
Wow, Stuart, you are such a monolingual.
I like this. Prep time 20 minutes. Well, it's not. It's like 5 hours with this stuff, but, you know, whatever. It's easy, good, and serves 4 to 6. Okay. Cook a traditional Jamaican dish, ackee and salted cod. Well, close enough. For a hearty brunch with peppers, tomato and garlic alongside the ackee fruit. It's full of flavour. Excellent. Also gluten-free. Fantastic. And, oh yeah, I'll put the nutritional values on screen as I go through the ingredients. 600 grams of boneless salted cod. I've only got 400 of skinless and boneless saltfish, but close enough. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I thought I had vegetable oil. I don't have sunflower oil, but it'll have to do. 1 medium onion. It doesn't say what size medium is, so I got that. I'd call it large. Whatever. 4 garlic cloves. 3 spring onions. 1 Scotch bonnet pepper, de-seeded and finely chopped. They didn't sell just one, so I've got a packet of them. 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. I thought I had dried thyme, but I got fresh anyway, just in case, because, I mean, surely this is better, but whatever. Now, I'm also supposed to have 1 teaspoon of ground pimento, brackets allspice. I thought I had some of that in my vast pile of herbs and spices that hardly ever get used. But apparently I don't, so I'll try and go out and get some whilst I'm soaking the saltfish, but I may also just completely forget. But never mind, we'll carry on. Half a red pepper, half a green pepper, 1 large tomato. They had 3 large tomatoes at the shop, and they were all manky and horrible, so we've got 6 medium-sized ones. And then we also have 2 540 gram cans of ackees. Now these were £6 each, so this better be fucking good. Right, that's everything we need, except the allspice, which I may or may not go and get in a bit. First thing we need to do, desalt the fish. Now, the recipe says to put the saltfish in a pot, cover with cold water, bring to the boil for 5 minutes, and then add fresh cold water to cover and repeat until you're happy that the saltiness has gone. I'm not sure I want to do it that way because the instructions on this do clearly say that you have to soak it in cold water, repeat for up to 5 hours, and it worked really well the first time. So we're going to do it the slow way, the 5-hour way. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, starting filming this, so by the time we've done that and prepped it, about dinner time. Excellent. Welcome back. It has been, 3 hours? Yeah, but, no, well, about 4 hours. 4 and a bit hours. Between 3 and 4 hours. Don't really recall. So we are now at the stage where we need to boil the fish. So we're going to put that on. For some reason my hobs always appear purple on the camera. Oh no, that one's appearing to be red this time. It's mugging me off. Whatever. Right, put that on there. And we're just going to dump this in here. Will it all fit? That is the question. Probably not, knowing my luck. Just about. We might have to pour some of that away. Should have got a bigger pan. That'll do. There's a good amount of fish in there. Bring that to the boil. Meanwhile, I should have done this off camera, but I need to chop up my vegetables. So we need, start with the onion, finely chop it. Fucking hate chopping onions. That's probably more than enough onion, and it's nowhere near finely chopped. But A, I hate chopping onions, and B, I generally like my food to be chunky, so fuck it, that's good enough. Garlic cloves. Now, the recipe calls for 4 garlic cloves, also finely chopped. I really like garlic, so 4 is about 8. Yeah, you know what, fuck it, let's just use the whole garlic. I couldn't buy a single garlic bulb at the shop, I had to buy 4, so balls to using the whole fucking thing. Also, I know it says finely chopped, but I'm using a garlic press because it's better. Ah, good, the fish is slowly coming to the boil as well. Garlic done. Give the fish a bit of a poke and a stir. Oh, and get it all over the hob, Stuart. Good job. Onions, spring onions. More fucking onion. I've got way too much fucking onion in this. My God, my farts are gonna stink in the morning. Right, calls for 3 of these. Let's pick the 3 biggest, shall we? Yeah, there we go. Oh, fuck it. Fucking hell. Right. Turn that down. Right. Off the heat for a moment. Just clean this fucking hob as well. Right, spring onions done. Oh, Jesus, the Scotch bonnet. Right, okay. Oh, that one looks a bit fucked. Yeah, let's use that one. This is the bit where I do this perfectly, then forget to wash my hands and touch my face or my bollocks and drop dead live on YouTube. Or something like that, anyway. Right, what's next? I'll do the peppers. We'll do these on the other chopping board because this one's full now. Right, so half a green, half a red. I'd say that's about half. Get that shite out the middle. Now I am sticking to the quantity listed for the peppers, and the reason being is, it's not that I dislike peppers, I just find that they generally don't contribute much to a dish. I don't know what it is, but I find that all they really do is contribute a small amount of odd flavour and water. So generally I don't add them to my food, unless it's something like this where I'm following a recipe, and even then I sometimes leave them out. But I'm already missing one ingredient from this, so I may as well at least try and do the rest somewhat properly. Right, that's the peppers. Now we'll best chop the tomato as well. I think we'll chop 2 of these. There we go. Right, next. Next part of the process involves a large frying pan. That'll do. Put it on a high heat. Bit of oil. I'm not measuring out the fucking oil. It's about that much. Once the oil is hot, turn it to a low medium. Add the onion, garlic, spring onions and scotch bonnets and cook until soft. Fairly sure I can manage that. Right, whilst that's heating up, I shall drain the fish. Look at that, that's looking nice, is that? Yeah. Let's taste a little piece. That tastes nice as well. I should have boiled it last time rather than fried it. It's still the same white colour, or whitish yellow. Last time it turned a sort of yellowy brown. It's very nice. Don't think I've ever boiled fish before. Right, I'd say that's pretty hot. Right, let's add in the onion. Yeah, that sounds hot enough. That's probably way too much onion. Never mind. And there's no such thing as too much garlic. And that's probably about the right amount of spring onion. And I'll let you know tomorrow when I've been for a shit if that's the right amount of scotch bonnet. And cook for around 5 to 7 minutes until soft. I'm not going to time it because, again, I don't believe in cooking being a science. I believe in it being an art. Granted, it's an art I'm not very good at, but yeah, timing shit, yeah, can't be fucked with that. Alright, so the onions are reducing down nicely there actually, so perhaps not the worst choice of onion in the world. Maybe I have just the right amount. Maybe I'm lucky. Good job I like onions. It has to be said, I love the smell of cooking onions and garlic. It's just fantastic. Whenever I'm cooking something, if the recipe calls for, say, 2 cloves of garlic, it gets like 4. So hey, it calls for 4 cloves of garlic. I just put the whole fucking bowl in. I love garlic. There is no such thing as too much garlic. If anyone says that there is such a thing as too much garlic, you're wrong. It's just as simple as that. You are wrong by default. Right, I'd say that's nice and soft. That's what we like. Now, add the fish. Oh, there we go. Let's break it up so it flakes nicely. That's what we want it to do. That's flaking up nicely. Right. That is looking good. I'm liking this. Battery's going on the camera, but it's looking good. Wang in the peppers. And the tomato. Making sure to get everything in, all the pulp and everything. Tomatoes adding some much needed moisture to this dish. Turn the heat down a touch, and what we'll do is we'll open the ackee, and then that's the last thing to go in. Pan's getting rather full now. Look at that. Alright. Drain that out. I'm not entirely sure what ackee is. I should probably look it up at some point, but I'm not doing it right now. It says I have to gently fold this in so that it doesn't get mushy. I perhaps should have used a bigger pan, but never mind. Oh, this is way too much food for this pan. It's alright, I can work with it. We shall persevere. I perhaps should have used my wok or giant saucepan. Right, I'm just going to leave that like that. Yeah, I'm assuming this ackee reduces down. I don't know. I'll find out in a few minutes, I suppose. Oh, let's have a look at this on the ackee. Caribbean choice ackees in salted water. Ackee fruit has a delicious taste and soft, delicate texture which resembles that of scrambled eggs. I suppose it does look a bit like scrambled egg, actually. Traditionally treated as a vegetable in cooking, ackee is an essential ingredient in the preparation of Jamaica's national dish of Ackee and Saltfish, which is what we're making now. Look at that. Oh, there goes one camera. Alright, we'll make do with this one. Battery's gone, I should have charged them. Preparation of Jamaica's national dish of Ackee and Saltfish, where it is cooked with flaked salted cod and aromatic herbs and spices. Serve as a delicious side dish or with fried plantain and dumplings as part of a healthy breakfast. I could have this stuff for breakfast. Hope I can find it cheaper somewhere. £6 a can. Like me, I felt ill buying that. Oh, fuck it out, it's going everywhere. Right, I'm just going to make sure it's all folded in and mixed up nicely, and then it's piping hot throughout, because I don't want to eat it cold. Right, this is a fuck ton of food, but let's eat. Now I have to say, this does actually look, at least vaguely, like it does in the picture. Have a look at that. That's not half bad, isn't that? Battery's going on this camera now, so let's tuck in, get a big gob full, and see what it tastes like. Do you know, that's alright actually. I think because I didn't have enough fish, that has perhaps been lost somewhat, but it's still there, and I'd say after a couple of mouthfuls it's still the primary flavour, which is pretty good. It's a good mixture of textures. We've got the softness of the ackee here, and it is very soft. They're not joking when they say it's like scrambled egg. You've got the spiciness from that Scotch bonnet coming through. The tomato and the peppers are keeping everything moist because it was looking a bit dry at one point. But the bell peppers are still adding a bit of crunch to it as well, because everything else is soft. The onions have softened, obviously the fish has flaked away. It's nice, it's a good mix of flavours too. But yeah, you get the onions and the garlic coming through. The ackee, I'll be honest, doesn't taste of much. I'll just get a mouthful of just that. I have to say, it doesn't really impart much flavour. I don't know what to say about that. There's no real flavour to it. Just get just that, get another mouthful of it. I feel like that is perhaps just bulking this dish out. I can't really taste much coming through from there. It may be that it just has a very delicate flavour and it's been overwhelmed by everything else that's in here, namely the fish and the chilli. But I get the feeling it's maybe just been used to bulk this dish out, in the same way that you would add potato to a dish or something like that. It gives it substance. But whatever, that's fine. That is nice. That is very nice. The recipe said to add black pepper, but because I'm too cheap to have wireless microphones, I couldn't reach it without moving the camera. I don't think I need it. I'll put some on anyway. Now the other camera's died on me. Never mind. I'm looking real professional here, aren't I? Let's have another mouthful. See, that looks to be mostly ackee and onion in there, so... yeah, same again. The fish is the primary flavour. We have the heat more towards the back of your mouth from that Scotch bonnet, and the rest of it's adding texture. I can taste the garlic, but that's probably because I put like 10 times what it asked for. This is really nice as well. Nice and moist as well. I was worried at one point that it was going to be really dry, but adding the tomatoes and the bell peppers has really sorted that out. And I think the ackee imparted a lot of water into it as to boot. Let's have another mouthful. Yeah, that fish imparts so much flavour. I can't see any large pieces of fish in here. It's almost all completely flaked away and broken up. But the flavour is still there. I can see perhaps a little bit there. I think that's fish. Yeah, it's almost completely just, I suppose you could say, dissolved into the dish. And it's gone, but the flavour of it's still there, which is good. Right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm trying to take this series in a slightly different direction rather than just looking at stuff up in the office and eating it and talking about it. Occasionally we'll do more adventurous things like this. I cook a lot and I do enjoy making, new dishes, or rather things that I haven't tried before, I should say. I've never really ventured into Caribbean food, but for a start, this is nice. I think I shall definitely do some more like this in the future. That's when I'm not getting drunk and eating tackies on the series. That's probably going to be most of it. But never mind. Where I get the opportunity, I will do this. So, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this bonus round or bonus episode. And I shall see you next time. Right, I'm just cleaning up the kitchen because, well, look at the fucking state of it. And I just realised something. I completely missed the step where you put the thyme in. What the fuck is wrong with me? Stuart, you fucking idiot. Fortunately, I have enough ingredients to make this again. Well, I don't. I need some more saltfish, some more ackee. I might just buy 1 tin this time because it's expensive. And I'm going to have to make it again. I mean, it's fucking delicious, so I don't mind. But I'm quite annoyed with myself there. Right, back to the shops. Also, I thought I'd wash my hands well enough, but then I rubbed my eye and it's burning from that Scotch bonnet. Fuck's sake. No, I can't. I'm dying. Why did I choose to do fucking food content? Why not stick to something safe like motorbikes? Fuck's sake. Alright, let's try again. Take 2. So, the fish is boiling. It's probably overboiled now because just as I was about to record this segment, I got a phone call asking me how satisfied I was with a recent power cut. Give the engineers 10 out of 10 because they're just hard-working people, and if I give them any less, that's just a stick for their bosses to beat them with. That's literally the only reason such surveys exist. So yeah, always give 10 out of 10. Fish is boiling. Ingredients are prepped. I will try and remember to add the thyme this time. I have managed to get some ground allspice or ground pimento berries this time. Excellent. I have remembered to wash my hands after chopping the chili, and we've only got 1 tin of Ackees this time. 2 reasons for that. One is it's £6 a tin. Also, there was a lot of food last time, and as far as I can tell, these just bulk it out, so I don't need that much. So 1 will do. Right, I'm not going to go through all the detail of cooking all this like I did last time, because you've already seen it once. I'm just going to do it, time-lapse it, tell you what it tastes like. First things first, I thought using 1 tin of Ackees would make it smaller, but this is still a massive amount of food. I mean, yesterday I had 2 bowls. This is all of it, and there's only 1 bowl, so I suppose I have halved it. But still, this is still a lot of food here. Yeah, they're not joking on the recipe when they say it serves 4 to 8. First impressions, though, it's a different colour. Yeah, it's certainly it's browner than it was before. I don't think I've spent as long cooking it this time round, but that may just be that I prepped all the ingredients beforehand and I knew what I was doing this time. Whatever. As I was cooking it, as I mentioned, far more fragrant. This kitchen stinks now, mainly of thyme and the allspice, as well as what we had before, the fish and such like. But yeah, I'm right looking forward to this. There's not much else to say. Let's just dig in, straight at the top. Okay, I was expecting more than that. I was really hoping that remembering to add the allspice and the thyme would make a huge difference. It's made a big difference to the smell. Taste isn't really that different, if I'm perfectly honest. It's somehow spicier than yesterday as well, even though I swear I used a smaller chilli this time round. Whatever, let's try again. I'm going to say the flavour is stronger, but broadly the same. A bit disappointing, but never mind. Let's have a dig around, see if we can find a large bit of fish or something like that. I'm going to say, let's get a bit of Ackee in here as well. I'm going to say though, we're going to have 1 more mouthful before I say it for definite, but I think that's going to be the conclusion. It's pretty much the same as yesterday. The Ackee is the same. It has the texture slightly firmer than scrambled eggs. It looks like scrambled egg. It doesn't really impart any flavour at all that I can tell. Even when I tried it straight out the can, it didn't really taste of anything. Alright, that mouthful had quite a bit of fish in it. I think what's perhaps happened is it's added more flavour to the fish. The fish flavour hasn't diminished, but there's just more to it. It's more complex, but still the overwhelming flavour is the fish, which is good because I like fish. Alright, that mouthful I can taste the thyme. Maybe what I need to do is get some of the moisture off the bottom of the bowl. There we go. Alright, the thyme's starting to come through now. I've had a good few gobfuls of it. Oh, by the way, the weird noises you can hear in the background. I've left Revenge of the Sith on in the other room and I just can't be fucked to get up and turn it off. Well, actually I forgot before I started filming, but now that I'm eating, oh, I may as well. You watch, they'll go and fucking copyright claim me now, won't they? Fucking Disney. And I don't care what anyone says, I like the prequels. I might do a video on why I like them at some point. It's actually quite an interesting theory that involves James Bond. There we go. Right, another gobful. That's nice as that. Alright, let's conclude again. Saltfish stew, or saltfish and Ackee stew. I think on one side it was called Ackee Saltfish stew. I don't know. This thing that I'm eating now, if you like fish, very good. Quite spicy. The idea is that the tomatoes and the peppers balance out the Scotch bonnet. So if you're not a big fan of it, maybe decrease one and increase the other. Or if you want it spicy, you go the other way. Or you could leave the Scotch bonnet out completely. Don't recommend that though, because then it's probably just going to be quite bland. But you know what? Some people like it. I'm generally not friends with those people, but you know, whatever, they do exist out there. Does it make me think of the Caribbean? Yeah, I'd say it does actually. Yeah, it's quite nice. I can picture myself getting something like this served to me if I was in a Caribbean restaurant or something like that. Would I recommend it? Yeah, definitely. I always recommend stuff like this. I mean, the fish, as we found out in the original Saltfish episode, once you've desalted it and cooked it, it's just fish. So yeah, if you like fish, you'll like this. The Ackee, I mean, if you want it to be authentic Caribbean, then it needs to be there. Although I could rant for hours about people going on about whether it's authentic enough. I've cooked this in January in England. How authentic can it be? Really? Whatever. But yeah, if you want to try something new, give it a go. The only bit I would maybe change if you wanted to is the ackee. You could probably swap that out for some potato, make yourself a nice potato and fish stew, but that's just me. Maybe I'll try that for another day. Anyway, we're going to call that it because all this cooking has reminded me that I've barely eaten today, so I'm going to stuff my face with this, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video on doing stuff and filming it. Please don't forget to press the big button here in the middle to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you liked what you just saw, please click the like button below and leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. And as always, thank you for watching.